In the beginning, when the Orisha walked among mortals and gods shaped the winds with their whispers, there was born a child of divine blood and sacred power. She was Oya, daughter of Yemaja, the vast goddess of the ocean, and Obatala, the god of creation and light. From Yemaja, she inherited the depth of emotion and power over life, and from Obatala, she was gifted the spark of creation and the unbreakable will of a warrior. As a child, she was drawn to the storms, while other children hid when the winds howled. Oya stood tall in the rain, dancing in the wind and raising her hands to the thunder. The elements recognized her as one of their own. Even before she was a goddess, mortals whispered of her fearlessness, her fiery temper, and the whirlwind that followed wherever she walked. As Oya came of age, her beauty, strength, and wisdom drew the attention of powerful Orisha. First came Ogun, the god of iron and war, with hands stained from the forge. From him, she learned the sword and the secrets of metal. Then came Okoshi, the hunter, who taught her to fire arrows and track life in the wilderness. Eshu, the trickster god, tried to deceive her, but she outwitted him, and in doing so, she learned the power of magic and fire. But it was when Shango, the god of lightning and thunder, arrived in her village that her true transformation began. He was struck, not by her beauty alone, but by her spirit, bold, unshaken, and blazing like fire. "Come," he said, "rule the sky beside me." She became his wife, and together they became a storm, thunder and lightning, wind and fire. As she joined him in divinity, Oya shared her mortal skin and ascended as a goddess in her own right. Sword and fan. Her dual tools: the sword to cut through lies and obstacles, the fan to stir winds and bring change. Storm and mask. The storm is her bread, the mask her mystery. Water buffalo, a symbol of her unshakable strength and wide heart. Bat and bird, a connection to death and higher vision. She is never seen in black, for black is death's shadow. Oya is not death, but the wind that ushers it in and then carries the soul onward. Oya was not a goddess of softness. She was a fierce and unyielding force, with the power to summon winds, birds, hurricanes, and stir the arches of the dead. Her realm was not just the living world. She stood at the gateway between life and death, guiding cemeteries and guiding souls across the veil. When she wished for children but could not conceive, she sought out a Babalawo, a priest of the divine. Through a sacred offering of nab, colorful clothes, and sacred shares, she unlocked her womb and bore 9 children at once. From that day forward, she was called the Mother of 9, and in her honor, she wore 9 copper bracelets, 9 colored skirts, and a 9-pointed crown, bearing the symbols of labor, warfare, and life. A lightning bolt, a sword, a shovel, a pick, a hoe, a rake, a guard, a seat, and an ass. A connection to the 9 tributaries of the Niger River gave her dominion over fertility, rainfall, and growth. Though she loved Shango deeply, his wandering eyes brought her pain. He took other wives, and Oya, despite her strength, was wounded by his betrayal. When she discovered yet another affair, her grief became a storm. She summoned a wind so powerful it tore through the land, uprooting trees, flooding rivers, and shaking the sky. With rage in her heart, she left Shango's palace and journeyed back to her own domain. Along the way, she scattered lightning and fire, but also rain and renewal. Where her winds passed, fields bloomed and crops flourished. Then, elsewhere, homes were torn apart and villages leveled. This was Oya, destroyer and creator, pain and healing, death and rebirth. Another tale tells of a time when Oya and Ogun, her former lover, quarreled after her union with Shango. Ogun had once gifted her a magic wand which could split a man into 7 and a woman into 9. After a battle between Ogun and Shango, where Ogun emerged victorious, he used the wand on Oya. She in turn used it on him. From this, Ogun became Ogunmeje, split into 7 spirits of iron. Oya became Lason, split into 9 spirits of transformation, each one representing a different part of the cycle: birth, love, anger, wisdom, war, fertility, silence, storm, and death. The legend became the core of her myths, that Oya is not one, but many, and that her essence is in all things that shift and change. Oya was never only a goddess of storms, she was also the guardian of cemeteries, watching over the gates between life and death. She walks among tombstones, fanning the wind over grave dust, and guiding souls across to their eternal resting places. The living fear her, but the dead know her by name. She is their protector. She ensures no soul is lost, no ancestor forgotten. Her symbol is the mask, for she moves between the seen and unseen worlds, and yet she is also present in the marketplace, watching over commerce and trade. She despises liars and cheats. Traders pray to Oya for honest dealings and wealth. She is the patroness of business, courage, and truth. Today, Oya is still revered by millions across Nigeria, Benin, and Togo. She is worshipped through chants, dances, festivals, and rituals. Her energy flows through the Yoruba, the Candomblé in Brazil, the Santeria in Cuba, and Voodoo in Haiti. She is honored during storms. Offerings of dark fruits, eggplant, beets, chocolates, wine, and penny royal oil are laid upon altars wrapped in deep purple and burgundy clothes. A feast day, shared with Saint Teresa in syncretic traditions, is celebrated on February 2nd, a time when wind meets fire and old becomes new. Oya is not merely a goddess of weather, she is the embodiment of transformation. Where there is change, she is present. Where there is loss, she brings renewal. Where there is injustice, she brings the storm. Where there is a woman finding her strength, Oya whispers, "You are never alone." In every wind that howls before the rain, in every gust that clears away the hold, in every soul that stands tall after heartbreak, Oya lives.